Alright, let's talk about how to multiply rational numbers. Now when you see the word rational, alright, it's the root word of ratio, which means it can be written as a ratio. Another type of ratio, or a particular type of ratio, is called a fraction. So 8 over 9 is a ratio of 8 over 9, 8 to 9. So a rational number is any number that can be written as a fraction. There's only a couple irrational numbers you know of right now, pi, things like that. But most numbers that you know can be written as fractions. So there you go. Fractions. All right. Fractions. How do we multiply fractions? Very, very simple. All right. Multiply the tops and the bottoms. I love multiplication of fractions. It is so easy. I think of it this way. You know how multiplication is represented by a dot, right? It's simple. When you see that dot, think it's simple, right? So it's just the top and the bottoms. So 3 times 5 is 15. 4 times 6 is 24. Now, you say, can I reduce this? Oh, no, try it. What are numbers you know that go into 15? Well, 5, yeah, and 3. Well, does 5 go into 24? No. Does 3? Yeah. So divide by 3. I know some of you right now are making fun of me. I just went, yeah. And some of you are like sitting there going, yeah. You're making fun of me how I said, yeah. It's all right. It's all right. All right. 15 divided by 3 is 5. 24 divided by... What did I just do right there? I put a division and a 3 in the same thing. Man, must be late at night. All right. Divided by 3 is going to be 8. So I have this answer being 5/8, and I'm done. All right. Now, some of you have been taught, like, listen, look for common numbers. 3 and 6 are common numbers, so you can cross those out. All right. So there's this way of saying, oh, 3 over 4 times 5 over 6. 3 and 4 have no common numbers. 3 and 6 do. 3 and 6 have a common number of 3, so I could take 3 out of this and say it's 1. 3 out of this and call it 2. 5 times 1 is 5. 4 times 2 is 8 and get the same thing. Or I'm doing the same exact thing here. It doesn't matter when you reduce, at the beginning of a problem, at the end of a problem. All that matters is when you get done, you have 5 over 8. If you get another number, you're wrong. All right? So try that. All right? Now B. B is very simple. The only thing I'm going to help you with, I'm going to tell you to work on it for a minute. But all I want you to realize is, like, you see that negative. You're like, Mr. Hyde, I don't get the negative. How do I do the negative? It's exactly what we talked about before. Think of faces. Remember, multiply is the faces. Positive and positive is a positive. Negative and negative is a negative. Positive. And positive and negative is a negative. You're awake. You are good. You're asleep. You're good. You're punched in the face. It's bad. So 7 times 4. Oh, I put my frowny face right where I'm supposed to do this. 7 times 4 is 28. 4 times 8 is 32. Positive and negative is a negative. So I have 28 over negative 32. I don't have to worry about the negative. I just know my answer is a negative. All right? So as long as I put it here and say I know my answer is a negative, then I don't have to worry about it anymore. What goes into 28 and 32? 2 does. Let's try 2. I know some of you are saying, Mr. Hyde, 4. It doesn't matter. 28 divided by 2 is 14. 32 divided by 2 is 16. You say, what goes into 14 and 16? 2. All right, that works too. Divided by 2 is 7 over 8. And we get 7 over 8 is our answer because nothing goes into 7 and 8. Now, you said, Mr. Hyde, couldn't we just done 4 at the beginning? Well, what's 2 and 2? 4. Again, 1 step, 2 steps. Who cares? As long as you get done. My answer is negative 7/8. And you may ask, wasn't the negative on the bottom? Why is it out front? It doesn't matter where you put the negative. In front, on the bottom, or on top, as long as there's just 1. If there's 2, a negative and a negative gives you a positive. So just a negative there. If you put it down the bottom, that's still okay. If you put it on top, that's okay. So that's how you multiply fractions. Decimals. Some of you look at this and you're like, I don't like this. I like to do this. Right? Well, let me show you the traditional way. Here's the traditional way. The traditional way is to sit there and say 8.1 times 3.52. This is 1 decimal place. This is 2 decimal places. So I have 3 decimal places. So I can take 352 times 81 and say 2 times 1 is 2. 5 times 1 is 5. 3 times 1 is 3. 0. 8 times 2 is 16. 8 times 5 is 40. Plus 1 is 41. 8 times 3 is 24. Plus 4 is 28. I really hope I just did all that right, or this video is going to be worthless. Bring 2 11, 3, 4, 5, and there's 28. And I have 1, 2, 3 decimal places. So I sit there and say, okay, then my answer is going to be 28.512 because I have 1, 2, 3 decimal places, and there's my answer. Oh, come on, let me get this right. Please tell me I did this right. 8.1 times 3.52. 20. Yeah, no YouTube editing needed. All right. So that's the traditional way. Here's the way I like. I like to sit there and say, well, 8.1 is close to 8. 3.5 is close to 4. You could say 3. That's okay. All right. So you can sit there and say that's around 4 or 3. Doesn't matter. But 8 times 4 is around 32. So this answer is around 32. So if you just multiplied now 81 times 352, boom, 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 boom. I don't care if you use lattice or whatever, and you get 28512. Well, if you know the answer is around 32, what's the decimal place got to be between? If you put it here, it'd be 285.12. That's nowhere close to 32. If you put it right here, it's 2.8512. That's nowhere close to 32. If I put it between the 8 and the 5, it's 28.512. That's really close. All right, and that works. Now, some of you may go, I was never taught that way. Well, it's because I'm amazing, and you've never been taught that way because I'm just really good. All right. Anyway, try that. See what you get here. All right. I want you to do it by hand. All right. I want you to do it by hand and see how you get it. So I don't want you to try to do this with a calculator or anything like that. I can give you the answer if you really want it, but you can check it with a calculator. So just try that. All right. You know it's going to be negative, positive and negative, punched in the face. You know it's negative. All right. Now you can say, forget the negative and just multiply. Whatever the answer is, put it right there, and you're good. All right. Again, don't go chasing for us and see if it's right. Check it with a calculator. All right. But show me right here with work. All right. Take care. Good luck.